I'm Jared Brown with the Memphis Tiger Network here at FedEx Forum, where the Tigers grinded out a 73-59 come from behind win over the visiting UALR Trojans. The first half got off to a slow start for the Tigers as UALR started the game on a 7-1 run before David Pelham dropped Memphis' first bucket. It didn't faze the Trojans, though, continuing to extend their lead to 12 after their 17-5 run over the first 10 minutes and 40 seconds of the half. Memphis answered, going on a 13-2 run of their own to cut the deficit to just 1 at 19-18 with 3:45 to play in the half, and tied it up for the first time a minute later with a 3 from Jaron Johnson. But UALR fired right back with a 10-3 run in the final 3 minutes of the half to take a 31-24 lead into the locker room. The second half started out similar to the first, and the Trojans extended their lead to as much as 11 less than 4 minutes into play. Memphis turned it around when Jaron Johnson hit a 3 to start a 17-2 run over the next 5 minutes of play, capped off by a pair of triples from Chris Crawford to give the Tigers their first lead of the game at 45-41. With those two buckets, Crawford became the 49th Memphis player to eclipse 1,000 points in his career. The Trojans tied it up 3 more times over the next 3 minutes, but Memphis never trailed again after a pair of monster dunks from David Pelham got the crowd going and helped the Tigers push their lead to as much as 15 with less than a minute to play, en route to their 6th straight win, 73-59. Shaq Goodwin scored 16 of his 17 points in the second half and pulled down 9 rebounds. Joe Jackson also added 17 along with 5 boards and 4 assists. We talked to head coach Josh Pastner after the game.
They kicked our butt that first half, really probably the first 30 minutes or so. I just didn't feel the players, the way we prepared, I didn't feel they were ready to go mentally, them personally. I don't know if it's finals week, but I'm not an excuse guy, what it was. And so we're practicing early tomorrow. So I told them, you don't have time to talk to the media. It's a privilege to talk to the media. We know it's not a right, it's a privilege, the coverage that we get. And so you're going to get yourself a good night's rest. We're going back early tomorrow morning and getting after it. And to understand that we're still in the mode of course correction. Bottom line is our 4 senior guards were awful the first half. They weren't good, the 4 senior guards, the first half. And so now second half, those guys played well. They made free throws. They hit some good shots. They played good defense. But for what we want to do, it's got to be 2 halves. So again, I'm grateful for the win because it's way better to win. But it's a good little lesson for us that it's a privilege to wear that jersey with Memphis on the front.
The Tigers now head to New York City next Tuesday to take on SEC foe and number 19 ranked Florida in Madison Square Garden in the Jimmy V Classic. For the Memphis Tiger Network, I'm Jared Brown.